Hi, my name is Max Jung, and I am a soon-to-be IB student currently studying in Indonesia. I am not that productive of a person, and in the past few years, I've been looking for ways to boost my productivity and just overall increase the way I work, increase the efficiency and the effectiveness of my work, all to do with schoolwork and also my personal work, whatever it takes, but just overall to boost the way I work. And I've experimented with many different methods, many different strategies, tips, and out of all those that I've tried, I think one really stuck to me, and that's called the Pomodoro technique. So today I thought I would share a little bit about the Pomodoro technique, what it is, how it's used, and why it's so effective, with additional tips that I've picked up during my few years that I've used the Pomodoro technique quite effectively. It's actually quite simple, the Pomodoro technique. It might sound like I might have introduced it in a way where it's like the one and only way of boosting your productivity, but it's really simple. It's only just a way of breaking up your work sessions into small bits, and it consists of a work period followed by a relatively shorter rest period, and then it goes back to your work period and the rest period, and then the cycle begins. And every 4 repetitions, you get a long break, or you get to rest for 15 minutes and do the cycle again. And it basically just allows you to focus on the task that you're doing for the given amount of time, and then makes you rest, or allows you to rest, recharge, to continue working again for the next work period. By default, the Pomodoro technique tells you to work for 25 minutes, rest for 5 minutes, and then repeat. And once you've done 4 repetitions, you usually get a 15-minute break if you do choose to repeat all the process again. So it goes 25, 5, 25, 5, 25, 5, 25, 5, 25, 15, and then it goes on again. The way it's used is very different depending on the person, and it can be used as a marathon. Say, you want to study for 10 hours, and you can break up those 10 hours into the Pomodoro sessions, and it's actually quite effective way of studying for long periods of time. But it also can be used as in short bursts. So you can use it as, for maybe if you want to really focus for an hour, then you just use 25 minutes 5, 25 minutes 5, and then you just do it twice and you're done. And it really depends on the task that you're given, and it also really depends on the person and the amount of focus they can put into a given amount of time. And the way it works is it just allows you to focus fully and invest your focus into the specific thing that you're doing for a short amount of time. And then it allows you to recharge, as I've said before. First of all, it allows the brain to focus, and as I've said, it allows you to focus on that specific task that you've assigned for that period of time, and eliminating other distractions and eliminating other things to think about, and just focusing on that task for the given work period allows you to focus and be more effective in the way you work. And the way this technique works, and the reason why this works, is all based on the average human attention span. And a study showed that on average, we tend to have full focus for the first 25 minutes. So say you're watching a video or you're reading a book, and for the first 25 minutes, you're very active and you're listening and you're taking in the information, or you're reading and you're taking in the information, and you're very attentive and you feel focused and you get all the information. But then after the 25 minutes, you start falling apart and you start to think back to what I've just read, or you start to think about other things, and your mind starts to wander, and that's when you become less efficient and less effective, which is why you complement it with 5-minute breaks. And so after a 5-minute break, you can let your brain to recharge and go for a 25-minute break. And this is why some people can change up the times and focus for a longer period of time. If you can focus for, say, an hour, then you can just work for an hour and then once your attention span starts to go away and you start to wander around, you can take a break and then go on an hour again. And it just really depends on the person, but the average time that it takes for the average person to fall apart is around 25 minutes, which is why the Pomodoro technique suggests you to take a 25-minute work session and a 5-minute break session. So as I've mentioned before, this Pomodoro technique really is just a simple guideline, and it really depends on the person. If you can focus for longer, it's obviously much more effective to focus for longer. And if you can't focus for as long as 25 minutes, maybe it's better to shorten the time. And this comes in with the tip that times can vary. Your time in the Pomodoro sessions, your work periods and your rest periods, you can modify them to better fit your own focus. So if you can focus for 45 minutes, say, and you don't really feel like you're worn out after 25 minutes, increase that work session for 45 minutes instead of 5 minutes, and that allows you to, better use your utility and your brain and better fit it so that it will maximize your efficiency in the way you work. There are also many other apps that you can use, websites that you can use. And I'm just like, I personally like apps or websites that look a little more clean and it's not clustered or whatever. So I found a few websites, and I've tried experimenting with different websites, but one that I found worked well is pomofocus.io, and that works on any browser. It's just a website, and if you're using Chrome, I think an extension that I found that was really good was Focus To Do, and it just works in a to-do list along with a built-in Pomodoro timer that you can change the times in, and it just auto plays your work, rest, while you tick off the tasks that you put on your to-do list. And I think that really helped me a lot in managing my thoughts as well as my tasks and overall boost my productivity. Obviously, there are other there are other apps that are not Pomodoro specific, and one that I found that worked really well on my phone was the Forest app. And what the app basically does is it plants a tree, and you can't get out of the app, and you're just stuck in that app until the timer runs out or the tree has grown. And once you get out of the app, the tree basically dies, and therefore you can't have your own forest. It basically allows you to not look at your phone, not be bothered, and fully focus and invest onto what you are doing. And since our phones are a very big distraction for a lot of people, it helps eliminate that main factor of distraction. And I think it's a cute way to kind of just focus and get yourself away from the phone. And finally, I think it's best to reward yourself after a long work period. Obviously, the small breaks are kind of small mini rewards, but at the end of your full long work session, you should really reward yourself, because it makes you feel productive, and it also makes you feel like you've done something right, and it makes you feel like you want to do it again, or at least a little less dreadful in terms of work session and in terms of motivation. So it makes you want to go back into it again. If you have a big task, break it up into different parts that can be done in 25 minutes. And that's pretty much it. It's actually really simple, and it's really cool to implement into the way you work, and you guys should give it a try. So if you like this technique, go give it a try. It really helped me, and hopefully it can help you get boost some motivation as well as boost your effectiveness in working. So I will see you guys around. Bye-bye.